What's up, everyone? I'm here with my Bubba Wallace assignment number 2. Overall, I thought this was a very great Netflix series. I learned a lot about Bubba Wallace and what he did during the Black Lives Matter movement. I also learned a whole lot about NASCAR, what they did with the cars, outside their cars, and just overall doing the business. So we about to get started and see how it goes. Episode 4, The Inner Voice. As I went into this episode, I was looking forward to seeing how the NASCAR community was going to react to Bubba wanting to ban the Confederate flag. As we all know, the Confederate flag was a symbol for NASCAR, and you telling your fans that they weren't going to be able to display it anymore, I just knew it was going to be hectic. Also in this episode, I learned about Bubba's struggle with depression. A lot of people just look at him as a professional, famous individual. What does he have to be upset about? But the fact that he went and touched base on it, it meant a lot to me. So I knew I had to put it in my presentation. Also, in 2020 at Talladega, there was a quote-unquote noose found in Bubba Wallace's garage. They did a thorough investigation on it, and it turns out that it was just a garage pool that was there prior to Bubba even being assigned the garage. Overall, I think it was kind of fishy and very ironic, but they got it settled and it was all good. Episode 5, The Road to Success. I learned from this episode that there was something called equipment interference penalty. Bubba and his team actually faced this penalty during the Coca-Cola 600 race. His tire actually got changed, and after they tried to put it over the railing, it rolled over to the next pit crew, which qualified as the interference penalty, and it caused them a good position in the race and hurt him in the end. Also in this episode, I learned a little about the preparation it takes to be a NASCAR driver. Denny Hamlin was interviewed, and he talked about the preparation it takes to be a NASCAR driver. I didn't know that they watched film, had simulations, a couple other things that they did just to prep the driver for the race. So I just thought that was really cool. Episode 6, Engine of Change. In this episode, I learned that the temperatures could rise up to 140 degrees in the race cars. A lot of people had questioned, are NASCAR drivers considered athletes? I think yes, because if you tell me to sit in a 140 degree car, that's a lot of preparation and training that I have to get accustomed to. Overall, with this Netflix series, it was very eye opening for me. I learned a lot of behind the scenes stuff to deal with NASCAR's driving and all of it as a whole, and also just an important story of Bubba Wallace. Again, like I said, I never really knew anything about Bubba until this Netflix series. So each episode I learned a little bit more at a time, and it turns out that he was a very important individual in our generation, and his legacy will live on forever.